Welcome to Phil Phails. Today, I'm really excited to have my guest, Brad Clark. He's a longtime friend of mine. And wave at everybody, Brad.
Hey.
Yeah. Phil for you. I'm excited to have Brad across from the chair here today. And today, Phil fails at teaching. We're laughing because teaching encompasses a bunch of things. It encompasses realizing mastery through cultivating others. It's deepening our knowledge. So there's a selfishness to it, and also a selflessness to it.
Yeah. Both are true, I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with Phil Fails 5 questions.
Okay.
And I often fail at saying those words together.
You did great.
Phil fails 5 questions. Yeah.
Phil fails 5 questions.
You knocked it out.
That's fine because you said it twice already. So the third time's the charm.
Yeah. And these are around, so I think I told you on the phone, but I'll just say it again. The idea behind my show is reframing failure and success, from success being something that's great and kind of like a goal and somewhere where you end up,
right,
and failure being somewhere you just never want to be and you always hide it from the world,
right,
and it's shame. And I reframe that to success being kind of something that you can always access through cultivation of the mind, or just through what we're talking about, mastery,
right.
To know something, you can realize success at any point and feel it. It's like something that's inside of you.
Yeah.
And we oftentimes think it's like, oh, here's a trophy, Brad.
Right.
You've succeeded.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's mystical, and it's fleeting, right? And then failure is really not failure at all. It's not starting or not doing.
Yes.
Whether you've discontinued the journey or you just never started.
Yes.
And everything in between is failure, synonymous with learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like both, right? Selfless and selfish. It's the failure and success. It's the you didn't start or you started, but sometimes you need to choose not to start one thing in order to be successful somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to make a decision.
And it's hard, but.
Yeah. And I often refer to it as the fool's journey, just because I'm into tarot.
And, sometimes the fool, though. Well, yeah, what is
we have
journal for you?
Well, we have to embark on a fool's journey. What comes to mind is learning Spanish.
Okay.
In Mexico, and butchering the language, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely butchering the language and being okay. That's like a courageous act.
Yes. Yeah.
To do something in an imperfect way and to know it's imperfect.
And do it anyway.
Yeah. That's what makes one a fool, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's fool in the most lighthearted, loving way.
Yeah. I think you could also frame it as not letting ego stop you from doing something.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't be a fool if ego stops you from trying.
The reason I reframe it for myself and for others is because I want to invite acceptance and set expectations in a way that allows people to have that courage of starting to do something.
Right.
Don't let failure, imperfection stop you from doing something you really want to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you've heard Led Zeppelin 4, I'm not going to play drums. That's it. I can't reach that ever. I know what it sounds like. There's no way I'm ever going to play that good. Yeah. And you might not realize, whatever your true, beautiful expression of music is.
Right.
If you.
What's funny is I think when we talked on the phone, when you called me about all this and you started to describe the failure and redefining and not starting, and I had literally had that conversation with a friend who was struggling through some things less than 24 hours before that. So I was like, oh, well, this is really fitting. So I got it. Yeah, it is. It was exactly how I was thinking about it in talking with them. So it was just serendipitous.
Yeah. It's what brings you here to this chair.
Yes, it is. Yeah. How can you say no to that? I'm like, well, I'm just going to finish this conversation with a new person.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Before these questions and before we started the show, we talked about areas in your life where you've kind of sought mastery. And part of that seeking mastery was teaching others, cultivating others within the same within the same artistic endeavor, whether that's martial arts, whether that's animation, whether that's parenting. And so we sum that up to teaching, even though it's way more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you.
We had to start somewhere.
Yeah.